So you were the fastest growing company, I think, in the world last year in stock market returns. That puts you in the number one position. This year, you're actually also, of those top 15, 20 companies, you're also the top performer of them this year so far.
Sometimes I'm pinching myself. It doesn't seem real. This is just the beginning. I can't feel more optimistic about this category of company than any other category of company out there. This is relatively new because traditional finance values companies in general, and they don't have the tools yet.
Your company stock is up 3,400%.
We are wired in traditional finance to think that dilution is bad.
Yeah.
If a company is selling 20% new shares, all of a sudden you think the share price should fall 20% to account for that dilution. That isn't the case in Bitcoin treasury land. I was very surprised at that time that no one else had done that. Do this, and then you will perform as well as we have.
We're going to be talking about MetaPlanet today. MetaPlanet has been melting faces year to date. As of late, there's been some shareholders that are getting a little antsy. We'll talk about all of this in this video. Make sure you watch this until the end. And with that, what's happening in crypto crew? This is Sean coming back at you, another cryptocurrency video. So without wasting any more time, let's get straight into it. We're looking at MTPLF, MetaPlanet. Right now it's trading right at $9, $8.99 to be exact at the current time of this recording. What do we see? What do we anticipate? So there's a couple things that we need to note about MetaPlanet. And MetaPlanet has been melting faces. And you look and see this channel. We've respected this upper bound. We blasted out of it temporarily back in February, fell down to the floor, tried again, came down to the floor, tried again. And right now we're sort of testing this moving average and this midline as well. The question will be, will this hold? What will we see? So zooming out on the charts, there's one thing that we need to note about MetaPlanet is right now the MNAV is back to 3. You can check this out going to metaplanet.jp, click on analytics, and you can see current Bitcoin price, their current holdings, enterprise value, Bitcoin net asset value, the amount of shareholders, and right here is the metric we're talking about, MNAV. So let's get back to the chart. What do these blue lines represent? These blue lines represent every time the MNAV was or is around 3. Right now we're at 3.24. So getting into these charts, every time we've seen this blue line MNAV at 3, sorry, this one is way too far out. What do we notice about the price action? Every single time we were at $27, 27 yen, and had a rally up to 289%. So let's see how high of appreciation that was. That's about a 969% move. And then we came down to the floor and ultimately put in a higher high after having that MNAV contraction. But once again, let's see what that appreciation was from the MNAV floor to the ultimate peak. That was roughly a 2,300% move. Massive, massive gains. And then we had a pullback from the price around 700 yen, came back down to around 325 yen, and the MNAV was right here, April of this year. What happened once we were around that 3 MNAV? Once again, we had the expansion up 500%. Now note one thing here, something interesting in the charts. We have that first parabolic rally right here, had a cool off, and then we put in a new high right here. So first parabolic rally right here, we got the cool off, the MNAV contraction, and could we be getting ready to see that next leg to the upside? Once again, every time these blue lines that are printed right here, that's when the MNAV is at or around 3. So 3 is that magic number in the MNAV. The MNAV has been oscillating between 3 and roughly 9. And looking at the RSI, we can see that the range to pay attention to also is around the 47 range. We came down to this range once, twice, 3 times before then, having the rallies back into the upside. Now, where we are right now, we are not down to that level yet. The current time is recording, we're at 59. So could we have a fall through to see lower price action? That definitely could be in the cards. And if we zoom into this price action, we can see that, we're sort of in some type of pennant pattern, but will we hold this 9 range or 1333 range, if you may? If we look at the current time of this recording, the JPY to USD 1333 is that 9 range. So we're at a major level to pay attention to. If we fall through, we might get a bounce off this moving average. Could we hit that 1208 range? Potentially. And this could be a fake out and then a blast up to the upside, or we could get a continuation of lower price action until we get this back down to that 47 range as far as the RSI. So zooming out on the charts, that's something to pay attention to. But if that level holds, what can we see? We can see that this looks like a pennant that we measured before for you guys, and that'll take us up to roughly a 9,000 yen price target. And as far as what that is in US dollars, you're looking at a $60 MetaPlanet price. That's currently roughly close to an 8x from where we are right now. And MetaPlanet versus strategy, this chart looks bullish as well. And looking at the RSIs, they look pretty similar as far as, looking at the 3350, sort of just oscillating in between like that 47 and up to the 75 range. The peaks of these have been around the 80 range, so a little bit more to the upside, but we're just stair-stepping our way up. Could we come lower? That's a possibility. Could we come down to kiss this moving average? Could we come down to kiss this orange trend line to the upside? Everything is still pointing to the upside for MetaPlanet. This first update right here, encourage people to take a look at MetaPlanet, was running the ATM on their 21 million plan. They started the year in January with 1,762 Bitcoin. They ran through the plan in 3 months and ended with 5,000 Bitcoin. So note what happened there. That almost was a 3x, about a 2.85x, give or take. And once they hit that threshold price, the price then ran up 7x. So they almost 3x their Bitcoin, but the price ran up 7x. Note what's happening. Patience on MetaPlanet is the name of the game here. They're buying Bitcoin at breakneck speed. Remember that when we topped over 1900, only 10,000 Bitcoin were held. Now over 60% more are held on the balance sheet, and the price is down 30%. The price will catch up. This happens in waves. That's what we're telling you. These pullbacks are buying opportunities for MetaPlanet. Keep all of that in mind. And once again, check out the analytics. We will get another buy announcement most likely Sunday afternoon or Sunday night in the States, and it's going to be Monday during the lunch session in the Japanese markets. We'll see what happens to this 16,352 Bitcoins. Will we get up to 17, 18, 19,000 or higher? Time will definitely tell. Last buy, they actually cleared up some debt with some of the proceeds as well, and the MNAV will get compressed even more. And we've told you this on our live stream yesterday for those that have seen it, is that you got to think about the MNAV metric, sort of like not just sentiment, but think of it when it gets compressed, which is happening right now with MetaPlanet. The MNAV was up to, I think, 9 a month and a half ago or so, and now it's getting compressed because Bitcoin's on the move. When Bitcoin rises, these Bitcoin treasury companies, MNAVs compress. And as long as they continue to aggressively buy Bitcoin, which is what MetaPlanet has done, once that bottoming threshold gets hit and eclipsed, then it'll continue to rip to the upside. That's what we've been trying to tell you. And right here, you're seeing big money still pour in. Capital Group has bought 1.06 million MetaPlanet stocks for roughly about $6.8 million. This is not stopping. And shout out to Climb the Ladder. Look at the length of the previous and current MTPLF pullbacks are basically the same. Now equal transparent rectangles below. So right here, when you had these pullbacks, the time frame almost perfectly aligned until we seen that reversal happen. So could we be in the cusp of a reversal pattern? If so, right now loading up at that $9 range, MTPLF, the current time it's recording, once again is at $8.95, would be optimal. Could we hold this midline and get a roll continuation? And once again, this could be some type of pennant pattern or bull pennant, something that would look like this. We have this massive pull, and then we'll pull this up to see where that target would take us. So let's pull this wherever that technical breakout would be. And this could potentially take us up to roughly look at this, a $66 MetaPlanet on the next leg. So we hope that you're prepared. And with that, are you stacking MetaPlanet? What's your take on this stock? This stock's one of the more exciting Bitcoin treasury companies. They have been accumulating Bitcoin at lightning speed. Started at 0 last year, over the past about 15 months, have scaled all the way up to over 16,000. Where do you see this stock at the end of this year? How much Bitcoin will they be holding? And with that, I'm Sean with the Bitcoin Bros. If you guys like this content, go ahead and smash the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and show us some love. We appreciate each and every one of you. With that, I'm out.